I got a question for y'all. Do y'all prefer me in this shitty ass mask or in this one? Y'all let me know. Alright? Y'all let me know. But for now, we're gonna switch back to the other guy. Yo, appreciate that, big dog. Anyways, back to the video. Alright, so Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is underway. Press conference just happened. I watched some highlights of it, and so far, pretty much not interesting, in my opinion. Not gonna lie, it's not really interesting, because I don't know, they were just respectful toward each other mostly, you know. Maybe like Jake Paul saying like, oh, you know, I'm gonna knock out the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm gonna shock the world. I'm gonna prove that, you know, I'm the real champ, and you know, stuff like that. So it's all the same bullshit every press conference, you know. He recently had a fight with Gervonta Davis that was canceled, and there was press conferences for that. And you know, I've been watching so many fights have press conferences, and you know, building up to the fight. You know, the press conferences are good. The press conferences are like, you know, I don't know why I keep repeating the same word, but they're mostly good. They're mostly like entertaining. But as of lately, they've been pretty, I don't know, they've been pretty flat. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but they've just been pretty flat, if I'm being honest, because there hasn't been much animosity between fighters, you know, just Jake Paul repeating the same shit, you know. And of course, Anthony Joshua is just like, you know, to sell the fight, he's gonna be like, oh, you know, this is you know, I'm taking this serious, you know, and I'm taking this, you know, young man serious, you know, he sounds pretty serious, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, nothing about this fight is serious. I mean, in my opinion, it's either gonna be fixed, or it's just gonna be another slugfest where Anthony Joshua takes it easy, but he still beats Jake Paul. He needs to knock out Jake Paul if he wants to continue his boxing career, because at this point, taking a fight with Jake Paul is, in my opinion, ruining a legacy. And, you know, another unpopular opinion, because a lot of people are saying he's doing this for the money. I get that. But there's a lot of fighters that will not take this fight for the money and that respect their legacy, you know, because Jake Paul has not earned that right to fight that fighter. Like Canelo, you know, he has no right, and he has no business fighting Canelo, or Canelo has no business fighting Jake Paul, because he's levels above Jake, and we all know what's going to happen if they ever step in the ring. And at the same time, with this fight, we know what's going to happen in the ring, but at the same time, we don't. You know, it's crazy how we went from Gervonta Davis, a 135 division, you know, a 135-pound fighter, to Anthony Joshua, the former heavyweight champ of the world. I don't know, it's just, oh my God, it's making my brain just all fucked, because it's a ridiculous fight. I do not support it in any way, because at the end of the day, we all know one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to be a fixed fight, where, you know, Jake Paul knocks out Anthony Joshua, or it's going to be a slugfest where Anthony Joshua just takes it easy on Jake Paul. Because in my opinion, there has to be a clause or some sort of contract they signed where, you know, to not make Jake look bad. Because of course Jake doesn't want to look bad. He's not stupid, you know. And at the same time, Anthony Joshua's stupid, because, or not stupid, he's just like gullible, in my opinion. It's the same shit, but oh my God, it's like, bro, I get the money, I get it, but your legacy, you just knocked out Francis Ngannou, you just fought Daniel Dubois. Do you not want to run it back with Daniel? after he just got knocked out by Usyk? You know, do you not want to run it back with him? Is that not a fight you would rather take rather than the money? I get it. Get your bag. Get your bag. But, bro, have some respect on your name. Put some respect on your name, bro. Like, I'm tired of these boxers and MMA fighters taking the bait on Jake. We've already seen what Tommy did to him. We've already seen what boxers can do to him. At least, like, boxers that are not smaller than him, boxers that are not 11-1, who hasn't fought in 5 or 10 years. So, I don't know. It's just these fighters take the bait, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a fixed fight. Or I'm hoping it's an actual real fight, and Anthony Joshua just knocks his head off. And we're all hoping that at the end of the day, because, yeah, Jake Paul just needs to be humbled for once, you know. Last time it happened was with Tommy Fury, but it was a close fight, you know, but not really. Tommy Fury just straight up pieced him up the whole fight and just won on points, which is, you know, dominantly. He won dominantly. And, you know, that knockdown that Jake Paul got, it was a slip. Let's all admit it. We saw it on the camera angle. It's a slip. He just got caught with a jab right as he was slipping. So it's no surprise there that, you know, that Jake Paul lost to an actual boxer. And, you know, if they have a rematch, who knows? Who knows? Because Jake Paul did kind of get better, I guess. But his opponents after Tommy Fury, oh my God. Like, you know, I get it with Ben Askren, you know, because he was just, like, fresh to boxing. I get it. I get it with Tyron Woodley because, you know, that was a credible opponent at that time for a YouTuber. And he beat him twice in a fashionable way, you know. He knocked him out in the second fight, and the first fight was, like, I guess it was close, but it was a split decision for Jake Paul. And, yeah, he kind of got almost dropped in that fight, which, you know, after that fight, he hasn't ever got wobbled or dropped at all. Which, credit to him, he has a chin, but holy shit, his opponents are either smaller than him or like, come from an MMA background, like, where they just swing for the fences like crazy. So, at the end of the day, I don't know about Jake Paul being, like, you know, serious about boxing, because he just fought Mike Tyson, who's almost 60 years old. That fight has to be a disgrace to boxing. I don't care what anybody says. I know Mike took this fight. He shouldn't have taken it, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's humiliating. Like a lot of people say that, you know, Mike Tyson could have won and knocked him out, but at the end of the day, we all know he's almost 60 years old. And Jake Paul had the goal, the hoo-haws, to call him out, step in the ring with him, and just, like, act like he beat the best boxer in the world, acting like he beat, like, you know, the heavyweight champ, you know, acting like he beat the former Mike Tyson in the 80s and the 90s. Like, bro, no, you didn't. You beat an almost 6-year-old Mike Tyson who has health problems. We all know this. So, yeah, my bad on, like, stuttering there. It's just, I just can't, oh my God. Not stuttering, my bad. I just keep on, like, pausing on my words just because, like, it's so ridiculous. This fight is ridiculous. And we all know what's going to happen. If it's a real fight, Anthony Joshua is going to knock him out in 2 rounds. It doesn't go beyond that. If it's a fixed fight, it's going to be a slugfest where Anthony Joshua takes it easy. And either Jake Paul wins on points or Anthony Joshua wins on points, which we don't want to see either happen. Third option is Jake Paul just knocks him out. And Anthony just lets it happen, you know? And at the end of the day, he does say that it's illegal to fix fights. And at the end of the day, it is. But it has happened before. Let's not act like it hasn't happened before and it's been, you know, you know, not covered, you know. Let's act like it's let's not act like it's all in the past. And no, this stuff still happens. Fixed fights are still happening, even in the UFC. A guy got, you know, released from the UFC for like fixing a fight, and he lost a lot of money on that. So I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities, and in my opinion, it's definitely a fixed fight. And at the end of the day, we can't think anything different because it's Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua. It's not real, and if it is real, Anthony is gonna knock out Jake Paul. That's my prediction. It is what it is. I'm not taking this fight serious, and you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll make a breakdown. And if any of the predictions I said go through, I'm gonna be like, I told you so. So if you come back to this video, I told you so. So anyways, that's it for today. My bad. That's it for today's video. And you know, yeah, it was an interesting topic today with, you know, another Jake Paul's circus fights. But at the end of the day, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And you know, I'm hoping Anthony Joshua just knocks his head off straight up. So but yeah, as always, it's your boy, and I'm out. What's good, y'all? I just popped in here to say please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all want to see in the next video. And if y'all don't do that, I'm gonna come to your house, eat all your food, and shit on your floor.